Hi people. China, iron ore, coal. I'd imagine that our Treasurer, Mr. Swan, would be pretty concerned at the moment about his budget because of the downturned revenue that the government will collect from the downturn in the iron ore price, less royalties, coal, major companies closing down or stalling projects they can't raise money for because of the price of some of these commodities. Gold's doing okay, and silver. I imagine the government will try and tax those next. The song I put out, Austerity, mentions about taxing the gold miners. I wouldn't mind betting that's what they'll do. China's a major problem. We've relied really heavily on China. You know, I mean, they've been buying our iron ore by the shipload. But the people that move in these circles, in the global trade circles, all know what China have been doing for probably the last decade. You know, they've been building all these cities and all these towns and whatever else they've been building. Hardly anybody lives in them. Some of them are just deserted towns. The problem China have got is that they have the biggest population in any country, I think. They are the biggest, I suppose. Or India might be, I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of people in China. And they have to keep them employed. Hence, all the building they've been doing to try and keep the population employed. Now, anybody that's been watching China for a while knows that as this worldwide financial crisis, which started in 2007, hasn't ended, so it's been going for 5 years and is still ongoing. Anybody, like I said, has been watching China, they know that a lot of the manufacturing companies closed down, some overnight, never paid their workers. Their workers turned up to work the next morning and they were gone. Unrest there. And the government, like I said, know that they have to keep their people employed. Otherwise, there'd be mass rioting and the government would probably be overthrown. It's a huge problem to them, simply because of the population. Now, I mentioned in a video previously, or a while ago, about we should be growing food and shipping it to China because you can't eat iron ore. Now, what's happened now? China's slowing down, has stopped a lot of major building programs. They are closing steel mills because they don't need the steel. And our country, which supplies a lot of that raw material, is in the shit. We have our major iron ore companies, BHP, Rio Tinto, Fortescue, BHP have forestalled a major project in, I think that's Olympic Dam in South Australia, I think. Fortescue have stopped major expansions. Laid off 1,000 workers the other day. BHP was 600, I think, but there's been more earlier on. Be interesting to see what Rio Tinto do now. The state government here in Western Australia, Queensland government, and anywhere else that any other state government that get royalties from our miners are going to feel a pinch. The federal government are going to feel the pinch, left revenue. Like I said, Mr. Swan would be very concerned about it. Thousands of people have been laid off, not only in mining, but in retail, food. Companies have closed their doors. Huge, huge problem right throughout Australia. And it's only going to get worse. Be interesting to see what the government tax next to try and save their income stream.
Austerity.
What they're going to do is exactly what the song mentions. Austerity.
Austerity.
To some extent it's already happening.
It's coming to Australia.
But it's going to get very, very serious.
Yeah, World Bank.
The simple fact is, if you lose your income,
One World Power.
what do you do?
Yeah.
Certain things still have to be paid for.
Yeah, we're being screwed. Tax reform.
That's just going to happen.
We're being screwed. Yeah, screwed.
Not a very good situation.
Price.
One of our mining billionaires talking about the cost of employing people here in Australia. I've been on about this myself. We're overpricing ourselves. We're pricing ourselves out of the market. Simple as that. You know, I've mentioned I've worked in mining and driven a dump truck and, you know, all this sort of stuff. I remember probably about 30 years ago it happened up north. I had some friends working up there at the time and they were making good money. You know, probably anywhere from, well, probably triple what people were making in the city at that time. But then there was a downturn and wages started to drop down and they'd made their money, so they got out. And, you know, they freehold themselves down and, you know, they bought properties in Perth while they were up north. By the time they got out, they managed to be freehold, which is good. But it seems it's all happening again. This big cycle that the world goes through. But all this is planned. If you've watched any of my other videos about this one world power, this one world government, and their worldwide agenda, especially for the Western world, all the Western economies, they're trying to, they want to destroy the Western economies. And that's exactly what they're doing. You look since the Gillard government has been in power, all the companies that have closed, all the people that have been retrenched, laid off, sacked, made redundant. Thousands. It's getting worse by the week. You know, 200 here, 600 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 there. all lost taxes for the government. Personal income tax, company tax, GST, whatever. And unfortunately, it's just going to roll on. China won't save us. They have a massive problem in trying to keep their people employed. And that's one of the major reasons why they've been doing so much building. Because they're manufacturing, you know, a lot of the companies have closed. So, this is what we're going to have coming to Australia. It's already here. It's going to get...
Coming to Australia.
Everybody's going to realise.
IMF. Yeah, World Bank.
It's all planned.
Yeah, we're being screwed. Screwed. Yeah, we're being screwed. Tax reform. We're being screwed. Yeah, screwed. Yeah, high price.
In a knock shop.
In a knock shop. On half price too.
Everything is discounted.
Yeah, everything is discounted. Yeah. Tax reform. GST. Mining super tax.
Mining super tax, here it is.
Yeah. Tax to gold miners. Yeah.
That'll be next.
Tax. Tax reform. Yeah.
Catch you people.
What a joke. Fuck. Yeah. Fuck.
See ya.